Danger Mouse and Black Thought, Cheat Codes album review. Let's chat about it. Hey friends, what's going on? John here from What's Spinning here tonight to chat about this new collaborative project from the legendary MC Black Thought and legendary producer Danger Mouse. Yeah, this is happening, isn't it? Black Thought, for those that you don't know, legendary frontman of The Roots, who, like many in their early days, meant a lot to me. However, I'm going to be perfectly honest with y'all. I've kind of, dropped the ball with the later years of The Roots. I know that some of it's actually probably pretty good, but I haven't caught up as much as I probably should. But Black Thought's solo work in the last few years really did catch me off guard. His first Streams of Thought EP. Wow. It is 17 minutes of what makes him an absolute legend in the genre. Whoa, Nelly. Now, his Streams of Thought 2 album, honestly, I thought it was a little less consistent and lyrically a little rough around the edges at times, but personally, I still thought it was incredibly solid for modern hip-hop, and once again showed him on a real creative streak, and I loved that. Now, his third Streams of Thought project, probably my least favorite of the three. I kind of missed the dusty production and the throwback beats, but I thought he bounced back with some really great, poignant lyrics and some very solid performances. Now, this new album, like I said, he's not come to dance alone. He has brought along Danger Mouse, who has a production credit list a mile long, whether it be just solo production works or his work in, Broken Bells, Gnarls Barkley, his consistent efforts with the Black Keys, his stuff with MF Doom. The list goes on and on and on. He has a way of popping up when I need him the most, and the singles leading up to this album we're certainly scratching some itches in modern hip-hop for me. Let's chat about this thing. This album starts off with Sometimes, and truthfully, it is exactly where I wanted this album to start. I love the dusty old-school production and the very solid soul samples on this beat. This is simply put what I grew up with. And Black Thought's performance here is just as charged up and lyrically verbose as, he's done in the last, 20 years, 30 years. It is really exciting, it's short, it's sweet, it is exactly what you would expect. Spoiler alert, this album I kind of needed right now. Then we get this album's title track, Cheat Codes. This one is a little more tense and a little less soulful, but just as impactful. Like I said, it is a little bit more tense, but that's mostly due to Black Thought's performance on this track. He continues to sound like he's getting his second wind in his career on this track. It is flawless, his delivery. He is so focused here, laser focused, and such a wordsmith. This is my kind of rap album. And Danger Mouse and him just have so much chemistry right off the bat. It's shocking. It is nothing short of impressive. Then we get the darkest part featuring Raekwon as well as Kid Sister. This is magic. I mean, the beat is so smooth, the production is so crisp. When Danger Mouse gets in this rhythm, he is unstoppable. And I love the somber tone to this track here. I mean, the beat is certainly on the gloomier side, but Black Thought, while just remaining as focused and poignant and explosive, also sounds emotionally exhausted, and he backs that up with the lyrics. And on top of that, the song hook from Kid Sister is so haunting, and Raekwon just drops another verse that reminds you of just how flawless he is when it comes to guest verses. I mean, the guy, as far as guest verses goes, I don't think anybody's ever touched him as far as Woo members. The guy absolutely kills it. This track is great. No Gold Teeth is really good too. God, this set of beats on this album are so freaking fresh. Good on you, Danger Mouse. I love the gritty and bluesy feel to this track and just how raw it comes off. A lot of these tracks, I will say, are no fuss, no muss, straight bars for 2 to 3 minutes, but I like that. Also, Because, featuring Joey Badass Rush and Dylan Cartledge, is a freaking awesome posse cut. It is abstract and experimental and jazzy, but let me tell you, everybody brings their A game. The beat is low-key and jazzy, the production is so crisp, and from a performance standpoint alone, I think this may be Black Thought's best one here. This is so next level. Straight bars, if you will. Also, as far as features go, Dylan Cartledge, Russ, and Joey Badass, especially Joey, I thought his verse was great, really show up. I mean, there's not a lot of bad things to say about this album in my book. Identical Deaths is probably my least favorite track here. I don't know, this is one of very few tracks here that I feel like there's a massive disconnect between Danger Mouse and Black Thought. The beat is a little too airy for my liking. It really doesn't stick with me at all. It just goes right one in ear, right out the other. Black Thought's verse, I think it's his most average here. This track is just one of the lesser ones here for sure. And Viola's and Lupita's as a finale, it's not terrible. There's actually parts of it that are actually quite beautiful. The beat here is actually stunning and gorgeous, and the production is really solid too, especially when it comes to the chorus, if you want to call it that. Once again, though, my main issue here is the disconnect here. I kind of feel like Danger Mouse and Black Thought just have a moment of disconnect. I don't know how else to say it. I will say this though, even in moments like this, I can't completely hate what's going on. Outside of that though, this is a happening. This is a great abstract hip-hop record. This is one that you're going to want to hear no matter what form of hip-hop you are into, and I really needed this. Belize featuring MF Doom, this one actually brought a tear to my eye. It is a somber, tragic tune with a rainy day beat for sure. But that doesn't stop Black Thought. He is always on point with his rhythm, his flows, his rhymes. And this MF Doom posthumous verse that we get here, like I said, it actually brought a little tear to my eye. There have been a handful of posthumous verses from Doom that have been out, but I would argue to say that very few of them come off nearly as classy and well thought out and well placed as this. Aquamarine featuring Michael Kiwanuka is really good too. This is another very dreary, very dreamy, gloomy tune. There's a lot of those on this album that is just made even stronger by Michael Kiwanuka's sung hook, which is so tragic. But it's far from a low-key tune at all. Black Thought's verse on this track is straight fire. This album is consistent, very, very much so. Shockingly so. This track by the end of it becomes really mesmerizing, really hypnotizing to the point where I can't look away. And for a single, Strangers featuring A$AP Rocky and Run the Jewels, it doesn't get any better than this. I think it's the best single they dropped leading up to this album. It is a monster of a cut. First off, this beat, it is ferocious and muddy and gritty and really sharp. Black Thought's verse is explosive. Rocky's feature here may be the best feature I've heard from him in a really long time. LP, it's as technical and flawless as always, and Killer Mike sounds exactly where I like to hear him, and that is a damn monster. I haven't been able to put this tune down, hell yes. Close to Famous is a really great late album treat as well. I love this eerie sort of weird campy beat here that we get. It really reminds me of something like, I don't know, Ghostface 12 Reasons to Die. The rhymes here are just so fresh. This album continues to be a real breath of fresh air. It is so sharp-witted, so ferocious, and Black Thought's performance on this track is just revitalizing. I just want to listen to it again and again. Same goes for Saltwater featuring Conway the Machine. I should also point out that there is a grandiose nature to this album at a lot of points. It once again feels like quite the happening. These beats and the production are often very regal, very classy, no matter how gloomy or rigid they might come off at points. It's chemistry, plain and simple. This track is a late album one, but it is a victory lap. Great samples, chilly instrumentals. Oh God, the production is great, and it's all illustrated by a seemingly ferocious verse from Black Thought and a brutal verse from Conway the Machine. Hell yes, I needed this album right now. It is a great abstract hip-hop album. It's a great rainy day, sort of jazzy yet very conscious hip-hop record. Sometimes chemistry is the name of the game, and that's what this album is. Danger Mouse and Black Thought sound like they've been doing this for years, even if it's their first real outing together. Honestly, it's wild that this came off as consistent, shockingly consistent as it is. I don't have a lot of bad things to report here, but if you're into dusty, conscious, old school hip-hop that is just straight bars, great samples, fantastic production, look no further than this. I'm feeling a decent 9 on this album, but let me know what you guys think down below. If you liked the video, be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, and let me know down below what you would like for me to chat about in the future. And until next time, have a great day, friends.